So just testing sound, blah 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 blah.
Ave Maria.
Hello Bitzbox, this is Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk, and I'm once again joined by Kaydie.
Hi guys.
So this is number 8, I believe, in our Hobby School series. And we're going to be painting Space Marine eyes and lenses and screens and things like that. I'm going to paint them all in the same colours, and hopefully in a nice sort of simple way for you guys. So yeah, before we begin, as always, if you're new here and you like all things hobby related, then do feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. And before we begin, as always, just a huge shout out and a massive thank you to all of our Patreons. And if you want to know what our Patreon is all about, you can find a link down below in the description. So yeah, let's get on the desk, let's turn on the lamps, get onto the desk, and here is our Space Marine. We've mainly been working on this guy, we've done a few bits to the others as well, but we've been mainly working on this guy, and to be fair, he only needs his eyes and lenses done, and his base, and then he is finished. So that's what we're working on today. As you can see, he's got a screen on his wrist, and his eyes, there's some sort of lenses on the sights of his bolt gun. So we're going to be painting all these in exactly the same way. And I'm going to start by taking some Caliban green. So of course you can do them in any colour you so wish. You might want to do red, or even yellow, or whatever. You might even want to do the eyes a different colour to your screens and lenses, but for simplicity, we're doing these all the same colour. These chairs are so squeaky. And I'm filling it down a little bit.
I'm going to use that one as well.
And hopefully you can see it on camera. I'm going to paint the entirety of this screen. Now I'm using a double zero brush with a nice tip. You need a good...
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you need just a good point on your brush and nice thin paint.
What are we doing first?
I'm doing the screen, but I'm going to do all of them in this colour.
Okay.
Eyes are tricky, so steady hand. Now, what I find easy for a steady hand, obviously if you hold your brush like this, which most people do, you can use your ring finger to rest against the miniature. Hard to show it on camera, but you can rest against the miniature with your ring finger. Hold the miniature steady, and that should give you a steadier hand, rather than sort of floating about like this. So that's how I tend to do it, and I'm sorry it's going to be a bit hard to see, because I need to sort of get close to the miniature to do this. And just carefully painting the entirety of the eye lenses with this colour. And again, it's important the paint is thinned down for this. Just be careful and take your time. Now also on the bolt gun we've got like some little lenses, there's like one there. Just like the scopes and stuff. Now you might not get this on every Space Marine miniature, but you certainly do on these guys. And again, you can, if I do them in shot, so you can actually see. Sorry. But yeah, just over here. There's a little scope thing here, we're going to put one on the end of that. You can see I probably need to go over that silver bit again, I don't know what happened there. But yeah.
What are you looking on the gun?
So just on
I'm
the
a bit behind, I was choosing paintbrushes.
on the end of like the little scopey bits.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
Okay. So while Kaydie does that, we should be ready for
Yeah, that'll take me a few minutes.
our next colour. I don't kick the camera. And we're going to take some Cabalite green next. This is our first highlight colour, and we'll start on the eyes actually. So just get some on the palette, and again thin it out nicely, get it nice and thin, like you were doing for an edge highlight or something like that. And then you don't want too much on your brush, and of course you want a nice point, so you can use some of mine if you
Yeah, thanks.
find it easier.
Just save your paint.
So with the eye, instead of painting the entire lens, you want to sort of focus on the middle. I do apologise, it's so hard to sort of do this in steady hand mode and get on the camera as well.
Oops.
But like so, hopefully you guys can see that okay. I'll do a little bit more. Just there, if you thin your paint out too much, you might need an extra coat. Obviously just play it all by eye. So with the screen, what I like to do is run an edge highlight down the bottom and on one of the sides. Because you want the majority of the screen to still be sort of dark green.
Oh no, I've got some white.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think I might have got a little speck on the white, but how easy to see on camera. But yeah, just a line across the bottom and along one of the sides, or you could do the top and the side as well. It's entirely up to you. I just like to do it around a couple of non-parallel edges. And then on the lenses, it's a case of sort of painting like sort of a third of them, sort of following the circle sort of pattern. I normally like to do it towards the bottom. So I really don't know how easy this is to see on camera. So a little bit too thin now. That's gone on the black. But if it does, you can always get another brush just to sort of mop it up. Beauty of working with thin paints is you can normally mop it back up. It's a bit of an awkward one to get to, this one. But I wonder if we can go in any further. Just to show you guys. Focus! There we go. So, yeah, it's a really awkward one to even sort of show on camera, but try just to get a better point. Just like a bottom third sort of semicircle sort of thing. It'll be a bit easier to see when we use the light colours, and it's still got bent areas, but you can see the eyes there quite clearly now as well. So next we're going to take some moot green, really bright green, and thin that down also. So how are you getting on with your eyes?
They're actually not too bad, but then I've got like a really good point on my brush today for once.
Yeah, that's good. That's very important. So with the moot green, I just want to do a little dot in the eyes. And again, I apologise, it's going to be sort of too tricky to show well on the camera, but just a little dot in there, you can see that quite well. I zoomed in probably way too much.
One little dot.
There we go. Do go back just a little bit? Yeah, just a little dot sort of in the centre.
Oh, whoops. A wiggly dot.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can see there.
Okay, one side came out a lot better than the other. I'm even going to touch that.
We'll show yours off later. And then on the screen, I just want to do just like the bottom corner where we've had that original highlight. Sort of like that. Now, there's different ways of painting screens and stuff, but I like to just sort of do it this way.
So does that just go over the original highlight?
But just in the corner. Yeah. And then with the lenses, you're doing a similar thing again, but more selective. So just essentially like a tiny little highlight around the bottom. This isn't the best miniature to
Really dried out quick.
showcase it on, but essentially it looks something like that. I'm not going to focus on the actual lens, but you can see where it's just sort of line up. But now it's mint green, obviously. I got a little bit on the thingy there, but obviously, you know, you will get little bits of paint elsewhere, just neaten them up with the original colours.
Okay.
Not an issue. The eyes at this stage are done, and I'm really happy with how they've came out. Again, it's all just practicing with a steady hand and such. So there's one last little thing I need to do, and that's to take some white scar and thin this. It's a bit of a crappy paint, that one. That's seen better days. It's really quite thin, so I'm going to keep it quite thin out. Good tip on the brush. Not much paint on the brush. And on your screen, you could even paint some sort of like zigzag pattern. If you want to freehand like a little pattern of something going on the screen, if you so wish. I might just do a few little dots and lines and stuff. It's very thin. Just sort of gives the impression that there's something happening on the screen. And then you could also do a little dot just up the opposite corner of where the highlights are. And also when it comes to the lenses as well, a little dot sort of opposite your highlights can help as well. Again, it's so hard to show this lens on camera. Just very carefully. It's literally just a single dot. Like so. So I might go over the white on the screen just a little bit more, as it was very thin. It still is. Where have we got white there? Get some more.
Oh my god. So mine's quite messy at this point.
Yeah, I'll have a look at you. Oh, I almost got it in the green then. I'll have a look at yours in a minute. See what this white is so thin. But it makes it so much easier to work with. So I've done almost like sort of a zigzaggy N shape on there. Hopefully it shows up alright on the camera, but that just shows, you know, something going on the screen. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. You can do sort of like gems and stuff this way, but maybe blend them a bit better than we've done here. But just for like simple little lens. Oh, got my stop kicking the camera. Just for a simple lens and simple eyes. It's pretty much as easy as that. So, how have you found that?
The eyes were fine.
Okay, should we have a look?
Except I put a massive blob on without... I didn't mean to.
Oh, right. So this is Kaydie's.
My screen's a little bit messy, but I think that's because while I was doing the white, so like the couple of zigzags and dots on it, my tip sort of split.
Oh, okay.
So now it looks really messy, and I tried to like tidy up, but I didn't want to do it. So.
Oh, I see. So yeah, maybe a little bit of caravan green on.
Yeah. I might
So
just
it's
tidy that up a bit.
Terrible.
For a first
But the eye,
attempt.
yeah, you've never painted Space Marine eyes before, have you?
Never.
And you know they look brilliant.
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually really happy with
Yeah,
how they
they-
come out.
They're brilliant.
Let's say one side's a lot nicer than the
Yeah,
other.
I
I think.
see like just a little bit, but you could go back in again with Caliban green and just do a little tiny line
Yeah.
underneath. But that eye there is perfect,
Yeah, I love that one.
absolutely perfect. And you know, so just if you're one of these people at home and you're a bit daunted by painting Space Marine eyes, Kaydie's never done it before, and well, you can see the results. So as long as you keep your paint thin and follow what we've been doing, then you're good to go.
I will also say that I am extremely unsteady. I've got such an unsteady hand when painting, and like I was holding it how you told me to, and that really helps.
Yeah, it's a little trick I sort of picked up along the way. Not original from me. I've seen other people do it, but yeah. So, I mean, essentially, neaten this guy up, do his base, and he's done. So our next video, we'll be looking at bases. So yeah, so that's it for this one. It's just pretty straightforward, really. That's pretty much all there is to it. If you want, you could add like some Hardcoat varnish to the screen to give it that sort of glossy look. Same with the lenses on the bot gun as well. I personally wouldn't do it on the eyes, but I feel like the screen and that could look quite cool with a little bit of gloss varnish.
Yeah, that'd be nice actually.
But yeah, that's just a very simple way of doing it. Obviously there's lots of other different ways in that, but it's just a little easy way of doing it. So and that's what these videos are all about. They're all about just the simple, sort of easy ways of doing these colours, aimed at people who are just sort of started miniature painting, and hopefully helping Kaydie improve their painting along the way as well. So hope you guys are enjoying this series. The next one we're just going to do some simple basing with some texture paints.
Oh yay, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and then afterwards we'll try and get the rest of the squads painted up, and we'll showcase them off in the little showcase video, and that will end the first sort of season of Hobby School. And then in the near future we'll film another season looking at a bit more advanced techniques, and we'll move away from the Space Marines and onto other miniatures. So I look forward to that. So all I have to say is thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.